Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Sorry that I've not been uploading. I've been so busy. So this is the dress that we are going to be making. I just made this and it's late already, but I decided to video it and post it so that I will have enough space to record other ones. So this is it. I used 2 years of material for this. So let's get started. Okay, so fold. Next thing is to determine your length. Your legs, her underboss is 14. Underboss is 14. I don't have this person's measurement, honestly. I'll just be guessing. So her underboss, this is a free dress. You can fit from size 10 to 12. This side I'm looking now. Then if you want it, if you are on the big size, you can just know what to do. So why I'm getting her underboss is for me to know what to minus. That is her half length. It's not that I'll be needing her half length here. So the next thing is you do is to minus your underboss, then get your full length. So I'll be using 42 plus hemming allowance and everything. 42. I should make it 43. So I don't know how tall she is. So her underboss plus 2, that is 16. I'll be using 16. This I'll place my 43 just to get the starting line. So I'll place my 43 to get 16 and mark out the 16 so that it will be easy for me to rule out. That's why I'm doing it like this. So this is my 16. Then I'll now use my ruler and extend it very well. Hope this track is visible enough. So this will be where I'll start taking my measurement from. So her hip location, I'll use 8.5 height for her hip location, 8.5. So for her hip I use 8.5. I'm still going to reduce this fabric that I have here. It's much, so I'll still reduce it this way. So this is what I have here. Please iron out your fabric. So this is her waist part, her hip. This is her waist, her hip, and this is the down. We are taking, please, this is unfolded this way. Sorry for the placement of the camera. I'm just trying to get everything that I'm doing. So here is where you start taking your measurements from, this place. So her hip is 42. Sorry, her hip is 41. Her hip is 41. So we'll just get 41. I'll still bring it back because there will be enough space. I don't think I'm going to add any allowance to this, but maybe I'll just add it, then shape it back. So her hip, I'll get her hip 41. Then 1 inch allowance. You can add half inch. So her waist is 31, 32. I don't really know her waist measurement, but I'm using 31 because this is stretchy. So I'll add 1 inch. It doesn't have any dart. There's no dart. So you just connect with your curve ruler, or you do your curve. I prefer using my free hand for curve to do my hip curve. So don't curve it too much. This is just like your normal skirt pattern. So you measure the total amount you have on your hip plus the allowance. That is 11.5. Sorry, 11.25. So I'll place it here. Then I'll minus. You know it's tighter place. I'll minus 1.5 inches. Then I'll connect from the hip. I'll connect from the hip down to meet this 1.5 inches that I went in with. So here is it for the skirt part. The skirt part is ready. So this is it. I'll just cut it out, then trace the front. Use it to trace the front. Why I'm not using this one as the front? Because that front, if you check it, there is this thing. There's you can use your elastic to draw that, but elastic won't draw it that much with this fabric. So what I'll do is that I'll cut and I'll split it open and pleat it or gather it. So let's just do it and you'll see what I'm talking about. You know, the waist and the down part is tiny. Please make enough for you to know the one that is the waist part. Only for you to see what I'm saying. you will notice that when after this thing joining in, you notice that it's still big even if you remove that one in. So you should not add allowance. I'm just adding allowance because of the tutorial, but you can do it, just shape it. So here and here they are both tiny, so you just make a notch here for you to know that this is the upper, the waist part. So I just mark it waist. So we'll place this and cut out the front, unfold again. So here is the skirt part. I left like 2 inches at the waist part. Okay, it's 1.5. So you cut exactly the same thing. Why I left it is that after slitting it, I would like to pleat it a little for it to have that effect, because elastic cannot work on this fabric. Why? Reason being that it's thick, it's stretching and it's thick, so elastic will not make it to be that visible enough for it to be noticed. So I'll just gather it a little. Just do a little gather. So then I left half inches that we used to join it to. So here it is. Here's the front and the back. So you just have to slit this into 2. So this is, I have to slit it into 2. Make sure they are equal. So I have to slit it into 2. So this is it. So for that sweetheart stuff, so I'll come up by 1.5. When I'm done gathering it, it will still have that effect. So I'll just give it a little sweetheart curve. From here, I'll just connect it with that curve and connect straight to this point. I'll curve here very well. I'll make it very curvy and connect straight. Just the way you do your sweetheart. So I'll curve this way. So when you open it up, you should have something like this when you open it up. I said I'll be adding extra 2 inches to the half length. That is, I'll have 2 inches. I'll have 18 inches. I'll have 18, then half inches for the joining, so that it will have that full effect at the waist after attaching it. Though this person is so, I might add up to 3 inches. So guys, I have 19 inches here. I'll still fold it. A half length is 16, but I'm cutting at 19 inches. 19, I added extra 3 inches for it to have that full effect. So sorry, I'm just trying to cut it out. I want this to be at the waist part side, so I'll just cut it down. I'll measure her shoulder is 7.5. I'll measure her shoulder, then I'll use 8 as her waist extent. Her cross back measurement, you just get your across shoulder measurement. I don't have it, but I'll just use 14. I'll use 14. Sorry, I'll use 14. I'll use 14 as across her shoulder extension. So this her hip, I'll get her hip. This part, I'll get her hip measurement. Then I'll add extra 5 to 7 inches. I added extra 8 inches. So from here, I'll go down by 1 inch for her shoulder slope. Then this, I will use for the opening, I will use 7. For the arm, I'll use 7. So I'll connect this one. I know that you must see. I'll just do this again. So for her neck, I'll use 4. The width. For the neck width and the neck depth, is the neck width and the neck depth is the same thing. I ended up using 6 by 6 or 7 by 7. It depends on how wide you want it. This is a normal neck. The dress you are saying is a normal neck. It's not a slant. It's not an off shoulder. You are the one that will slant it the way you want, either left or right. And that was it. So you just connect it and connect your shoulder slope. You measure to see. So I extended the sleeve, the shoulder, the across shoulder to, I used 8. I got my shoulder, then I added extra 8 inches again. So I'll just cut this out and explain it again. I'm not cutting, I'll just cut it. There's the sugar slope, then I'll just cut straight. So if there's any mistake, I'll correct it before cutting it. So this is what I have, and this was what I did. I'll just did. Just place this way. So her underbust is 16, but you know that it has this fold effect and fall effect. So instead of using her underbust, which will make it just to see straight, I added extra 3 inches. That is 16 plus 3. That is 19. That is 19. No. Okay, sorry. That is the shoulder slope. That is 19 inches. So you get your across shoulder measurement where you want your short sleeve. It has short, then you attach the long. I used 17 for her. I used 17. Yes. Then from that 17 I came down by, I used 17, and that 17 I came down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Then for the arm opening, you know that is a little tight here. I used 7, which now I'll extend to 7.5. So 7.5. Then for the waist part, this is the waist part. I used her hip measurement, which is 41. Then I added extra 8.5 inches to the waist. So that's 7.5. I'll give a curve here. Just this way. Then I'll cut it down. So that's trying to be equal. So here. So for the neck width, it doesn't have any slant. After cutting the neckline, you will just get, remember that when you are working on a stretchy fabric, you don't use a bias to turn the neckline. I normally use the same cloth, just cut 1 inch, then turn the way you turn your bias instead of using a bias. It will make it not to stretch. So that was it. So after everything, I went to pleat the skirt. I didn't really pleat it. I used a stretchy thread, this elastic thread, the smoky, the one they use in making smoky gown. So I used it, just run a straight stitch like two times. That was what I did, and it came out really well. The reason why I decided to use it because this dress doesn't have a zipper, and the downside is very tight. So you just do it this way, then join it for the top. You join the shoulders, you join both shoulders and the side using 1/2 inch. Then you still run. You know that the upper part is so big, so for it to fit perfectly on the skirt, you have to gather it to with the same thread. And this is the skirt. You join the two parts together, then you take the back. You remember that you went up by 1.5 inch, so you get the middle of your top, then bring your skirt. For you to shape your skirt, you have to
you will notice that the front part is equal. Like after the ruching, the front part, the skirts, the back and the front parts will be equal, but the size will not be equal due to there's no any gather there. So you just pin it from down, make sure that the down is very equal. So the excess you have after pinning it from down or sewing it from, don't sew it from down, just pin it and stretch. You will notice you will still have your 1.5 inches. You just trim it to rhyme very well with the front. So just take the top and notch the both middles and join using the middle. So this is it. I'm done joining it. The next thing is to trim the center. Just get the center of the back, then center of the front, pin the both of them together, then trim off the side excess. Just trim it off, make sure it aligns very well with the front part. And that is it for the skirt. We are done for the skirt part. So before attaching the top, you wouldn't want to have excess. Look at this. If you're working with a stretch mark, for it to be tight, you have to waste material. Even if you don't add any allowance, you still end up having excess. So you just trim it up before attaching it, because that you don't really need it. Measure to your size if it fits perfectly. I wore it and it was so tight on me, and now the skirt being tight means that it will be good on me, means that it will be good on that person, because I know that I'll have hip more than hand. So just trim it, overlock it if you have, then attach the front, and that's it. So here is the skirt part of the dress, looking so nice already. So the next thing is to just get the middle of the skirt, the middle, that is the center of the skirt and center of the top, attach front to front. Really the back doesn't have any front, so you just attach the front to front, and let's cut out the sleeve.
After joining it, you just open it up. Then measure from this your sewing part. You don't start taking your measurements. No, start from this place. So you measure this way. So I have 7.5. That is total is 15. Round is 15, or you measure round. Just start from this end to the other end. Measure it round. Measure it round. Measure it round. So I have 15, but I'll just cut as 15 and half. That is for the allowance. So this is it, and this is the fabric we have left. You check the stretchy part. Remember, this. So you determine the length of the sleeve that you want to add. That is the length of the sleeve you want to add. Total of the sleeve. I have here the extended shoulder and everything. I have 13, and I want to add up to. 25. So I'm adding extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm adding extra 11 inches to this. So what I'm going to cut out is 11 or 11.5. That will make it 25. That will make it 25. So when I have 11, this will be the length. This will be the length. So from here, sorry, you just have to be able to check. I should have done this before cutting it out. So I know the slit to. So from here, yes, it's that 11 inches. So from here, I'll cut out 11 inches. 11 or 12. So this person is taller than me, so I'll just cut out 12. Then fold it with 1 inch. So I'll check for the part that is stretchy. This part is stretchy. This part is stretchy. So I'll check the stretchy part and the stretchy. So I'll measure out that 11.5. 11.5. So we'll have a total of 15. 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. So I'll add like 3/4 inch, or make it 8 for the. I'll make it 8 for the sewing allowance. So I'm having 8 here. So you measure first to get your starting line, then measure the length of your sleeve. So you measure to get your starting line. So here, so I'll get my sleeve length. I don't want to, let me not waste this. So I'll just get 12 here. So I'll get the 12. I'll measure 12. I measure 12. And here again I'll measure 12. So I'll get that 7.5 or 8. Is not enough. I'll get 8 here. 8 is the one that will attach to the sleeve. So this is my 8. Here you get 8. You know it's a pencil sleeve, so you just have to measure this place. This place. And I have 11.5, but you know I don't know if it's the same, or so here I have 12. So I'll use 11.5 here plus half inch allowance, so 12. I'll use 12, that is 6. That is 6 here. I'll use 6 here. Then for the cuff part, I'll measure it also. I'll measure it. 8 is not too tight, so I'm going to use 4 plus half inch, that is 4.5. So I'll just roll it this way. Just connect this way. Please use the stretchy part. Like this part now is stretchy. Oh, sorry, I'm just checking if it's stretchy. Sorry, this part is not stretchy. It stretches by length, and if you use this, it will not be okay. So I'll just turn it this way. So this is the stretchy part. I will start the measurement afresh again. Just use the stretchy part. I'll use the stretchy part. I'll get the stretchy part. So we'll get our length. Our length, that is 12. I'll make a line. That is where I'll take my measurement. So here, I'll get my 12. It's not enough, so I'll just go up again. Here. So get my 12. I get my 12. This is my 12 inches line. So my 12 inches line. The sleeve length is 11. So the folding allowance is the 12. So here we'll get 8. That is her round sleeve now is 15, but because of the allowance I use 8. So here I will use 6. Here is 12. I made it 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So I will get 6. So here I will get 4.5. So just connect with your pencil sleeve. Connect this way. You know, you're not giving it in ample, just this way, the way it is here. This is it. I'll just cut it out. Then use it to cut the second one. Use the stretchy part, please. So you place it to cut out another one, then you notch before attaching it, you notch it. You notch it. You notch it this way, then sew with your half inch. Turn this, fold this place, then sew it, then come with your half